Live from Ram Ki Pauri in Ayodhya. He's been reporting there for the last few days. You also brought us some of those pictures, Abhishek, giving us a glimpse of how the Ram Mandir will look like. Just to give our viewers a little bit of an idea, the design was released yesterday. Abhishek brought us those pictures. The trust is overseeing the construction. The interiors show a high dome with intricate carvings. The design was modified after the Supreme Court verdict, but most importantly, Abhishek, all of that sets into motion today. Why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about what we can expect in the weeks and months to come?
Well, Niranjan, beginning today when the Prime Minister effectively inaugurates the construction activity and the beautiful pictures that we saw yesterday and you showed to the viewers, it's going to be about 32 months with the trust overseeing the construction activity, for which there is a construction committee. Remember, that there's a significance of this committee. It is headed by Nipin Mishra, the former Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister. And this is a committee which is, apart from being headed by Mr. Mishra, is having members from the construction company, from experts of archaeology, to make sure that the construction activity goes smooth. There is a deadline of 32 months, but I'm being told by the construction committee that they could do it even earlier, perhaps. A lot of leveling of the ground and everything is ready. The formal occasion is today to inaugurate the construction, I would say, because the Shilanyas, remember, historically happened in 1989, and that's why it's being called Bhoomi Poojan. I'm at Ram Ki Pauri, which is behind me is Saryu River. A bit of ancientness of this town you can see in the picture behind me. Administration in full gear, waiting for the Prime Minister to arrive. All the dignitaries and the invitees who have been invited by the Temple Trust are already here. The prayers have been going on for quite some time in this temple town, Niranjan, and the formal prayers today begin at 9 a.m. And of course, the Prime Minister, when he arrives at the appointed time, the Muhurat as it is called, and would be laying the bricks in those effective 32 seconds of Muhurat that is available, called Abhijit Muhurat, and the construction activity would begin formally. So that's how it is slated. Prime Minister is also going to address the nation from here. It's a historical moment, I would say, both in the social life of this country and the political life as well. Remember, it cannot be but be said that while Ram is an article of faith for a great majority of these people, it did turn into a political movement in the 1980s when the Vishwa Hindu Parishad formally took it up in 1984, and the BJP formally taking it up in 1989 with the Palampur resolution. And a bit of an irony there, because the Palampur resolution, Niranjan, spoke about an out-of-court settlement and actually thought that this is something which cannot be sorted out in a court of law. And now we have, while the BJP has been in power since 2014 on its own with complete majority, and the party reiterated under Prime Minister Narendra Modi that let the courts decide. There have been parallel mediation efforts that have been going on since the time of 1989-90 itself, when 91, I beg your pardon, when Prime Minister Chandrasekhar, in his brief time as Prime Minister, did initiate a mediation process. Then during the NDA-1, Shankaracharya Jayendra Saraswati ji made his efforts, and then we have seen how the litigants themselves tried somewhere around 2009-10. Then Sri Ravi Shankar took the efforts about 2 years back, and then there was a Supreme Court appointed mediation committee which included Sri Ravi Shankar and Justice Khalifullah among others, Niranjan. But then everything came to naught, and then we saw how this marathon hearing went on in the Supreme Court in front of the bench led by then Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi It was the second longest back-to-back hearing, Niranjan, after the case Varanda Bharti case, incidentally mentioned in the Supreme Court verdict in terms of basic features of the Constitution, which were enumerated in the case Varanda Bharti case. So long history, both legal, political, social, and going back to the legal history going back to 1885, when the first case was filed in a court, in a civil court in Faizabad by Mahant Raghubar Das, which he lost. But then on technical grounds, not even on technical grounds actually, the court said at that time that while Raghubar Das's contention that he's occupying the outside courtyard of the disputed complex, and it is in his possession. But if we give this complex to the Hindus, it can lead to rioting, and that is why this case petition of Raghubar Das is being discharged without any relief. So that was the first case. Before that, it remained with the administration. There was a massive riot in 1856, 1857.
And Abhishek.
So that's the legal history. But Rhythm, very important social consequences that are going to be of this huge day today. I will come back to it whenever you come back for a live with me. But as of now, back to you.
It's a long day. It's a long day, and it's going to go on beyond 2 p.m.
Beautifully illustrated, Abhishek, because a lot of people have been telling us a lot of different things. And
go ahead, Rhythm. Sorry.
And you know, when you spoke about it, Niranjan, you know, when he spoke about it, the fact that Abhishek, you mentioned the mediation angle, because this is something that is so much spoken about, not only in the courts but even outside. There should have been a mediation, and that's how beautifully it happened after the marathon hearing that you spoke about. And this is something we'll touch upon after a short time, because throughout the day our rolling coverage, our biggest coverage from Ayodhya continues with Niranjan, me, Abhishek, and all others who will continue to be with us. Abhishek, we just have to, for paucity of time, stepping into a quick break, but on the other side of that, we'll be back with you and all of you in Ayodhya who are going to be seeing the celebrations around you. We've also seen the streets have got colors of yellow and auspicious color. All that, much more, viewers, after a short break. Stay on with us.